Hey, there's a few guys. Welcome, welcome. Eli, Marianne, it looks like. We'll get started here shortly, guys. I like to give 3-4 minutes for people to join us. Should be an interesting day. We'll give it, usually 3-4, like 33, 34. We'll get it rolling. All right, maybe 2 more minutes. Yeah, NQ 300 today. All right, what are we at? 31, another 2 minutes. Got a good lineup here, and we got a good mix of crypto and looks like some equities. Interesting position where we are. A lot of crypto counts got blown up, which is just the reality of trading, right? We reevaluate. Do we have some sort of a new price action, some sort of an Elliott Wave set up here that makes sense based on what we were looking for prior to some of this volatility? Or can we find an edge? So I've got some of our best guys here posted, and by that I mean most experienced. Oh, there's Dr. Alban, Steel Swarm coming in. Okay, right. So often these guys, they'll add as we get closer. At 11:30, all of a sudden I get 5 or 6 new ones. All right, let's go ahead. Give me 1 more minute. Mic level, okay? You guys hear me all right? Orange mango part. Oh yeah, I know. Well, you know, I can't get into the politics, right? It's such mixed emotions. It's certainly, love him, hate him. It's certainly been good for crypto. So there's a trade-off, right? I think that's what people are doing in their mind, saying, well, yeah, he's doing these horrible things. But hey, crypto's up. So what we're finding out is that nobody really gives a shit, right? What matters in this country is money. You'd probably say that's always what's mattered. So we're going to adapt, right? But for us as traders, creates volatility. Certainly we've got risk on. I say this often. When everybody, and I mean everybody, is bullish, makes me nervous, right? It will never be different this time. I don't care who's in the White House. It will never be different this time. It's too many people, too bullish, makes me a little uneasy, right? So I've got hedges on. So far, they're losing money, but I sleep better at night. Okay, let's get the disclaim out here. So everybody good? Good morning. Who's that? Moondog. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. Interesting lineup here. I'm starting. This is one of our premier members, right? He's very skilled Elliottician. He's got a little moving average crazy here. These are some very long-term moving averages. I got a 41.81, 25.84. Looks like he's using fib numbers or pretty close to them. That's not exact, but close enough. So, all right. When these kind of things, it's like a guppy kind of a thing, right? For those of you that have seen that, you get into a point here where can it add value? Yeah, sure, right? So with the short-term moving averages, we were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them getting challenges. That's only leaving the 25.84 and the 41.88. Okay, right. So I'm going to take that off just to clear it up a little bit here in terms of getting access into his Elliott account. Now, what I do love about this setup, I mean, Depeche, he knows what he's doing. Very, very skilled technician. He's giving us a hat trick here. So we've got the push up into the 1, the sell off into the 2, and then the ripper into the 3. This is beautiful. He's giving you a full blown trade plan. Now, CRV, right, unlike, meme coins, right? There's an actual value here. There's a purpose. This is this is an exchange that, I mean, it's not a small player. So this is something I would certainly get on your watch list. You can look at this with our Elliott hats on. The balance here between the 1, 2, and what looks like it's going to be a triangle here, although it's so easy for a triangle to collapse, right? You don't have it until we need the bounce off of the E and then a little traction this direction, right? To really know, because we could easily roll over here and then it's a WXY, right? But right now, this looks like a solid play. The risk reward is what's so attractive here. And, that's the reality. As I said earlier, right? I think in the last live stream we did, more than half of those counts have been blown up by some of this volatility. And that's just a reality. You got to just take it, accept it, move on, right? There's no 100% system approach to just, that's not reality. So what's the key to everything he's done here? Look at the risk reward on all of these. That's how you thrive and more than just survive in the markets. Because you can be stopped, maybe not stopped, and all of it comes back to you, right? It's a funny thing, right? As I've said this for so long, it takes a while to get to acceptance that you're going to be wrong more than you're right. Nobody likes that. It takes a while. You've got to be trading for years before you're completely at peace with that. I don't like getting stopped out, ever. But you have to accept it and not let it wreck your day, wreck your plan, right? What's the key, right? Again, risk reward is how you thrive. So, I mean, I don't know that we could get a better looking Elliott setup. Maybe we get something like this down here. Get the channeling on it. Okay, we may not, right? With an E, if we truncate here. The E not coming right to the trend line here is not uncommon. Now, he's entering. I might push that up a little myself. Actually, I like this so much, I immediately put an alert on it. So if we ping that, I'm in. As I say many, many times, right? Some of the best trades I've had in the last year have all come from live streams from members, teeing it up because I can't watch everything. So I will join him in this hat trick if indeed we get filled here. I mean, you could make a case that you could start nibbling right now. I mean, you really could, right? A little. So you'd layer it. Maybe you divide it in thirds. Take a little bit now, a little bit lower, right? Stop here, right? So you're going to average down that pricing. Not unreasonable, because what's the risk here that we come down, you don't get filled and it bounces, right? And then now you're chasing a little bit. Still, even that wouldn't matter. Let me get that off there. Even that wouldn't matter, right? If it starts to go here and you're down here waiting for the fill and it missed it, okay. If we're going to get a 5, again, right? You hear me say this often. This is the advantage Elliott Wave has over every other technical approach. Period. If this is going to go up and complete this impulse, we are going to get a 5 here. It's not optional. It's mandatory. Now, it could be a diag, but we're going to get a 5. So if I get a 1, I'm going to get a 2, or this thing is not following what we anticipate per this count. Period. Now, to me, that's so empowering. I don't know. I mean, thankfully, right? But there are many people who just, shit on Elliott Wave, but shit doesn't work. Well, if you don't apply yourself, you don't learn it, you don't work with it, right? Nothing works if you just bounce around from one thing to the next. You stick with it. I like to remind people, 7 years of precedent. Right now, markets change, right? But fear and greed doesn't change. What moves the market doesn't change. Think we've got some greed in the market right now? It's just fucking full-blown greed on. You could say risk on, really. With Trump in the White House, it's greed on. And corruption. Well, sorry. People don't like it when I get political. Right? But I was hoping I wasn't going to see the Trump coin in here, because that just makes me want to vomit. But if, people are making, I read yesterday, some guy made $100 million off the Trump coin. Does it matter? I don't know. Okay, let's get back to the point here. Okay, CRV, this is about as pretty a setup as you can have. I don't know how you could look at that, right? If you're studying our methodology. and Depeche drops this in your lap, and you've got 3 potential trades here, how this doesn't land on your watch list. How is that possible? Well, if you're not trading this, it's because you're out of bullets. All right, you got something you like better. I know you're going to find something much better than this. It's great, right? So this is the gift. This is the give back to some degree. That's how I like to think of it. You know, our members are posting here. They're working on their TA, right? I mean, we don't pay Depeche to put this out. Yeah, it's just thank you very much, right? Thanks, Depeche. It's beautiful. I might not have spotted this. Great looking setup, and I've got they're all ready to go. If it completes, right? You don't even have to wonder. Now, okay, right? We don't have this. We don't know how to look. But the idea is there. It's really, really nicely done. All right, very glad to have him in the community. You guys pay attention to what he's posting. So that's, I mean, I don't have to add much here. It's just beautiful. Note here on the target for the 1 is the golden zone from, well, if I go to the daily, right? Just to sweeten it, right? To bring it back to things that we teach, right? They're from the high. Where's his target for the 1? Golden zone. You think there might be a little resistance up here? Now, just because there's a golden zone there doesn't mean it can't get through, but you can anticipate likely we get a reaction there. Again, if you don't have a degree of confidence in that, maybe this is the first live stream you've ever been to, or you've never watched any of our content before. There's no question, right? We're going to get a reaction, right? Now, can it get through? Different story. Oh, come on. Where'd my mouse go? My machines have been acting a little funny lately. There we go. Okay. All right. Back in biz. Okay. I think, Depeche, that's all I got, right? Other than to say thanks for the tee up. Right. That's a beauty. Get that on your watch list. Why would you not? Okay. All right. I got crypto paralysis. It's a funny handle. Crypto paralysis. Hopefully not paralysis of analysis. Let's get his up here. So I think I can just copy this. Copy link. I want to keep that CRV for me. I'm keeping it because I'm going to trade it if it pops. Shit, I may get that later today. So let's see what crypto paralysis is thinking. Yeah, this looks interesting. Always glad when I see the graph here. This is, in the alts, this is one of the largest holdings I have. Not that should matter, but it's just, I just thought I'd share that. I've got a shitload of this, right? But I've been accumulating for a long time. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is some nice work. Crypto paralysis. Bringing it. Wow, this is gorgeous. AB, look. Does the market move in 3s and 5s? I don't know how you could argue with that, right? It'd be hard to argue with that. Some people just don't want to acknowledge it. I'm looking for unicorns and silver bullets. All right, you can look for those things, right? It's not that those aren't those create. Uh-oh, what happened there? Oh, you guys are lagging. It's not that there's not opportunity with that. It's just for the foundational swing structure, right? You've heard me say this many times. You cannot trade market structure without trading. You can't trade Elliott Wave and not be trading market structure. So 1, 2, that looks solid. Now this is tricky. This is nice work here. This is a very tricky diag here to get you done. Because it's tempting to look at this, right? I can see, he probably had the same thought, right? Is this 3? What are we doing here? Well, that wouldn't work. So he's got it in there through a 1, 2, 3, 4 ripper in the 5th, right? Perfectly valid. Now, people can disagree on Elliott counts, but the question is it valid? Right? Is it a valid count? Well, it may be a little bit of a stretch. Maybe a little bit of a stretch to get a 5 in. We are on a daily. But it almost doesn't matter, right? As we get done here, right? We've got a hard pivot. Oh, it looks like it's tied into, there's probably an order block up here, right? So something like that. So we're tied into that, and we're retracing. Okay, we come down here. Looks like he's doing an alternate price projection based on what I can see here. It looks like that's what he's doing here. So we're coming down. Here's the 1, 2. Here's the 1, 2. Well, maybe, oh shit, what is he doing? Maybe that's a retrace. But here's the second most common. If we're not going to pivot at the 100, 1, 2, 7, 1, 3, 8, 2, just like a wave 3, right? That's very common to come right into that pocket. So that gives you a little conviction. Okay, 1, 2, that makes sense. I'm assuming he probably drew this. I don't know where we are here. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. It's still, to this day, after all the years I've been doing this, it still astonishes me how consistent that is. Just astonishing. All right. Oh, let's get it right on there. Okay, so we come in for a 2. So we've got a, oh, pardon me. I've got a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go down to an 8. Just break it up a little bit and dig in there a little bit more. I love the cycle work that he's doing. Okay, so we've got the point of doing that. The reason I do that, because some people look at that and go, "Oh fuck, man, what do we care, right? We're over here. Why does that matter?" Oh, come on, machine, don't lie. I do have a shitload open. Hope I'm not going to lag my machine here. Come on. Sometimes, right, I have way too many. I probably have 50 tabs open. Okay, hang on. This is lagging a little bit. There we go. Again, another difficult, right? It's, Elliott, it's, something like we just looked at the 3s and 5s coming down or something like this, right? When it's really obvious, okay, right? Again, you can get a 5th grader to help you with that. But when we have something like this, it's a little tricky, right? It almost overlaps here, right? But it, you can hold it by a tick and still be valid. So we get the expanding diag here. Oh, this lag is making me nervous. Hang on. I've seen that before. Often there's a crash coming. Hopefully that's not what's teeing up here. Okay, come on. Okay, so there's a W, 3, right? So we come down here. You might think, oh, we done? Well, but that would be awfully abrupt, right, to be done here. That's why the balance of time is important, for an Elliott technician to look here and go, God, could we be done here? Well, that'd be awfully short relative to how long this one took. Pardon me. Well, if I take all the 5 waves of it, boy, it's so short in time. Now we balance out a little bit better. So he's given you here, same kind of idea. He's given here, he didn't put it on here, but we can look at this and say, well, can I trade it here? Let's go down to a 2 and see how that looks like. Not what you'd hope here to find here. That suggests to me we may have to come down a little bit lower. Could we count this? 1, 2, 1, 2, possibly. We can't go into a triangle here, and that's one hard rule in Elliott. No triangles in the second. This is a good-looking push on the 1. I'd hold my powder here because that's a little unclear. And there's much in crypto that's kind of similar, right? It's like, oh, I kind of looks like it could be a 1, but what's happening here is not ideal. Let's go even down a little bit further. So there's not really an impulse in here. You'd be kind of pushing a little bit to try and fit a diag in there. So you're looking for something, and is there something really worth trading there? I'd be cautiously kind of, I love, shit, I've got a shitload of this. But this is not a place where I would look at this and go, oh, fuck, man, I'm adding right now. Because what's the count here? I don't actually know. This looks like 5, 3. Look like it's done. Not an impulse. Nope, not an impulse. 3 would be the shortest. So this is just to hold your powder here. I don't think we're ripe yet for an add. Let's go back a little bit. See on the bigger picture if this gives us any additional conviction. So the WXY is a solid thought. Now it could be that we're going to do this just to. Because if you're applying Elliott here, you got to think this through and say, okay, well, if it's not WXY, we could put the Y down here. There could be a Z up here, another X down here, and a Y down here if you're going to put the Y here. The Y in relation to the W, not ideal, right? This could be, since we didn't get a new high here, this could be part of the next of the Y, right? So if we're going to put this off here and this off here, and maybe we don't need those. 2 could be down here. Of course, we're going to pull. Oh, we got to go back to the low. I think he's already done it. If that's the 1. Oh, come on. What is my machine is? I'm telling you, it's making me uncomfortable that there's a crash coming. Don't lag on me. Okay. I should probably close a bunch of shit. I can't close these guys. Okay, so WXAB. If there's a triangle in here, perhaps, right, it's just part of the correction. And the idea of the 1-2 is a bit premature, right? It looked like you had a good start to it, but that's not a good looking 2. So we could still be, the X could be going in here. We could have WXY in the X. Oh, let's see. Oh, shit. I'm thinking one of my wizards might be slapping me here. There might be too many zigzags. For right now, let's sit with this and say, okay, maybe Y, but this is kind of problematic. So I would sit and hold my powder here on this. Like, there's many where you're going to get the same conclusion here. They're just not, it's not clear. I mean, Bitcoin's not clear. There's a few that are clear, but I wouldn't put the graph in there. Again, why? Why take a, unless your thought is, oh, sure, it's come down quite a bit from where it was. Okay, well, let's just, I mean, it's not, if you're applying our methodology, we're trying to be more precise with it. But if you're just like, whoa, this is definitely a use case, right? Definitely one of the majors, high probability this is thriving 5 years from now. He's fuck, all right, let's just start averaging in here. If you're a long-term player, I wouldn't be overly concerned about a stop on it, very close to the price action. That's not unreasonable, but that's not what we're here to do, right? So we're trying to be more precise with our entries. There's nothing there to give you an edge other than higher high, higher low, higher high, barely higher low, higher high. Okay, we're consolidating. You could make a case, he's on crypto, so I can't get a volume profile. But this would be very close to the POC. So you're coming in here. This is not a great place. When you have all of that, the POC is not a great place to enter. It's a target. It's not an entry zone because you don't know how it's going to respond there because you're at value. So what's your edge? If there's a price pattern, maybe, right? Maybe, but I'd want to see it come away from the POC. POC is, it's agreement of value, right? We don't have anybody who's off sides. So I think that's a sit and hold. Thanks for posting that, Crypto Paralysis. Your work is getting better and better. He's been with us it's not that long. With the end of this cycle, right? This is interesting the way he's crafted this for, substantially. Shit, if we get to $20 in the graph, I will retire. Maybe I'll do a stream from Portugal. Okay, right. So, okay, I'm going to move on from that one because I don't think there's anything more that I can pull out of that. Wait a second now. This looks like, it's not the graph. Copy link. Let me get in there. Hopefully my machine's going to stop lagging here. Hey, yeah, I thought that might be the graph too. Crypto paralysis. Okay, so it looks like this. I may have grabbed the wrong one. So this looks like this is INJ. So we got the graph first. That's not how he posted them. I think, yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, Injective. Okay, so let me make the copy here. And we don't need this one since that's the copy. And this one, I don't need that one. That's the copy too. Okay, here we go. So, oh shit, now I just lost your Injective. Where'd it go? Yeah, I think I can just do it here. INJ. No, I'm going to need his exchange. Sorry, guys, I thought I had that. Whew. Okay, let's try again. Let's copy that and save. Now, do I get Injective here? No, I keep getting the graph. Shit. Okay, what exchange? Oh, you're on crypto, so I think I can get it to do it this way. Injective. I got to get off BloFin, right? Because that's what I'm on because I'm usually trading there. Okay. There we go. I think I got you now. Sorry for the delay. Okay, again, I like what he's doing here with the end of cycle, giving it a timeline. Okay, again, wow. Crypto paralysis, your work is getting better and better and better, right? This is really nicely done. So literally everything we teach is involved here, right? He's got geometry, he's got fib relationships, he's got an Elliott count. Very nicely done. So 1, 2, we're working on, what are we working on? We're working on the 3, right? Are we not? We're working on the 3 up here. Right, 4, 5 still to come. Get out of there. There we go. He's giving you targets, anticipating the reaction, where it might retrace. One WXY, very sexy. Another tricky triangle in here. Kicker in the fifth of the third. What are we? Okay, so it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. I got it. Okay, so 4 up to the 5 of 3 of this count. 1, 2, 3. That's a pretty big rip on that 3. WXY again. You know, even with the crypto-friendly administration, we're not just blowing up with impulses. There's a lot of chop, surprisingly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're not going to call that corrective. Hang on one sec. Okay, it's my wife texting me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check that. Just out of curiosity. Oh, he may have it here. Let's get our wave 4 on there. Right in the pocket, right? Highest probability zone for a wave 4 between 38 and 23. Right in the pocket, and we come out with a 5. 1, 2. Same thing. Let's go down to a 3. You know, that's a good example, right? So, okay, ABC, WX, Y. This looks like the last one, right? What is, right? I mean, many, Bitcoin, Ripple, many of the majors just did this. Now we had CPI the other day. I mean, it could be just, this is just uncertainty, right? And that's what uncertainty looks like on a chart, if you weren't sure. So, okay, might be the 2. Jesus. That's no trade. I mean, you can just, even if we just do it like this, right? We're in the zone here. There's no edge, right? Whether I do a volume profile or not, you know the POC is going to be right in the middle of that. What's the edge here? The broader context, okay, you can make that argument. Okay, well, I wouldn't trade that. But if I was in it, I wouldn't be worried. I wouldn't be like, oh, this is going to go much lower. I'd just go, okay, well, it's not ripe. That's a green banana. I don't know what's coming out of that. If I don't know, or if I can't see it with any conviction, I don't put money at risk. Again, I take you back to, unless you're just positioning for a long term, right? And you're not really worried about the near-term swing structure. You're just playing like, oh, you know, I'm long from down here at $1.50. Am I worried up here? Not really. But there's nothing here to say, oh God, I got to jump on that, until it shows its hand, right? It will, right? This is smoke, right? It's, you know, something's cooking in there, but I can't see what it is, right? We're going to come out of here one direction or the other, and then we got fire. Right now, it's just, maybe that's a bad analogy given the situation in LA, but it's, there's no evidence here to base a trade off of. Oh, I suppose, right? You could probably talk yourself into something if we're at the golden, which we might be. Wouldn't be surprising. Of course we are, right? So, okay, that may have been what he was marking here. Oh, yeah, it was, right? He's using the 6. Some people like the 66, right? It's big fucking difference from the 618 to the 70, anywhere in that pocket, right? That's an ICT thing. Okay, so we can go, look, 1, 2, 3 into the golden zone. But we're not getting any traction out of there. So to me, that's, I'm not, you know, if you were taking a trade there, why are you doing it? It's FOMO. Well, I didn't want to miss it. You're not going to miss anything. If we're going to come out of here in a 3, again, this is not optional. We have to have it. This has to be an impulse, or this count is inaccurate. Right? It's not where we are right now. You don't know that it's accurate or inaccurate until you see it resolve. But right now, if we're going this direction, it must be an impulse. Again, no other TA approach gives you that absolute definition. Nothing does, right? Something was better, I'd teach it. I've seen them all. Okay, let's see. I think we're going to wait on Injective and the graph, although, you know, your work, again, if that's a big part of this, just to see how people are progressing with the methodology, is spectacular. Here's Griff, right? He's been working on it. I know he's working hard on his TA skills. So let me get him in here as well. I'm going to try and use fewer charts. But additionally, the chart art here is really good. Uh-oh, white screen coming. Let me copy that. It's not a hard white. It's more of a soft gray, but that can be jarring to the eye. Oh shit! Let me back this off a little bit. I think I've got a gray in here. Gray. That's not going to do it. Let's go to black here or gray, whatever that is. Oh, you gave me shit. Did you give me a 15-minute? Okay, 15-minute. Now, Griff, particularly for someone who's just getting started, right? I would tell you, for all of your trading, I would base it off of 60 minutes and higher. Well, you've got this in here. When you're down at the 15 minutes and below, the counts can, yes, you're going to see nice impulses, but they can change so quickly. Unless you're day trading or very short term, day 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 day kind of a trading structure, I keep it 60 minutes and above. Just a friendly suggestion, right? I want to see you be successful, and I know you're working on your skills. Elliott is always easier to work with here as we look at this 50 right on that pocket, right? Is Al involved, right? It's always the question you got to ask, right? When you first bring up a chart, okay, where's Al? What did he do? Is he involved here? I mean, it's literally a straight line here. Oh, I'm going to change that to here's something I can see. This is good. Well, let's see here. Double. That could fly. Let's go with it. I got to take that thing off. It just makes me crazy. Okay, this is an easy mistake to make. Hard rule in Elliott: no triangles in a 2. So we can't count it that way, which just makes it all that much harder, right? So could we have it here? I don't mean to, abruptly discount your work there. That's a hard rule. Oh, here, let's go to default here and tee this up. Okay, so what as I was saying before, there's so much of crypto that's doing this where you're like, what is going on here? Where's the big risk on push? Now we're at a 1, right? So you take this out to the daily and say, okay, now it's really going to get, all right. Oh, shit. Glad I did that. Okay, so I can see what you've been doing. Oh, this is good. Okay, great. I'm glad I did that. Okay. Let's see how you're doing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, WXY. That's good. That's Jesus. Is that super cycle? Oh, you're all the way up here. Okay, let's go down a little bit. Okay, 1, 2 looks good, right? I love the channeling. Very well done. I'm going to pull this off just for a second here, and let's get some of this out of here. Let's see if we can get in there a little bit better, and just not that I don't appreciate the work here. Let's see what we can do with it out here. Okay, do you see something there? Well, here's what I see just right off the bat. Okay, we can just traditional TA. Okay, you've got probably a channel here. Let's do it this way. Let's try again. I do it that way. So in price action trading, right? This is per Al Brooks, who really pioneered, right? He wrote the books on price action. In a channel, if we get an overshoot on one side, we head towards the other side, we can expect an overshoot on the other side. So do you have a 1, 2 here? Now I'd start coming down and looking at that, going, okay, well here, oh, this is nice. I can see your work here. So 3, A, B, C, much better. Okay, maybe 1, 2, maybe you got a 1 there. Shit, I went and I erased your stuff here. Maybe I shouldn't have done that so quickly, but just trying to get this here so we can help people. Okay, let's see how that looks. All right, again, the point is the process. It's not so much the end result, but it's the process, right? You'll notice, right, if you've seen any of the live streams we do here, it's the same way every time, right? But that's the edge. Same way every time. Same approach, same conditions, same acceptance, yes or no, right? Is this qualified? Okay, well, Al, right, popped here. Let's go down to a 1 from the 4. And now it gets a little weird. What? Oh, what? Right, we were looking so good here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the 4, right? We don't progress the trend. A, B, C into the 2, right? It's technical. Get that right there. And then we do this insanity. No matter how good everything is up to that point, oh, that makes me wait. Because I don't know what's going on there. it looks like it might be another diag, which, okay, that could fly actually. And that may be what you gave me. I should look at your, oh, you did here. Oh, your 15-minute. Okay, let me come back here. This could be a die. Oh shit, that's not much of a 3 though. I guess we'd have to do it here. You could get a triangle here into the 5. Right? It looks like, so you got a candidate there. So what's the, is that a 3? Right? If we're looking for a series of 3s, do we have it? Well, this fucks you, right? So this has to be the 4. Is that a 3? Well, that's a rhetorical. Obviously, it's not. So it makes you go, oh, wait a second. Do I have to put the 3 up here? 1 A, B, C into the 1. Oh, but then this kind of gets you fucked, right? Let's get this over here. Okay, I know I can't have a triangle in the second, so I'm a little bit, 1, 2, right? So that actually, we could get there. Here's an impulse. Clear as a bell, right? No, 1, 2, 3. Right, it's getting better. I mean, I probably don't even have to do this, right? You guys can probably all see this. Okay, so it's starting to take a little shape now. Okay, so I can start to label it, and okay, maybe we can build a point. Now here, I'm finally getting to his work coming through. Let's take this up. 1, 2. All right, now I got a series of 3s. A, B, C, A, B, C. A, B, C into the 3. So I've got a 3. A, B, C into the 4. All right, so in a diag, we want to look for the start of the 1 through the pivot of the 3 and looking for a 50, right? That's the highest probability zone. The market's not obligated to get there, but if we come down here, I'd get a little more interested, a little bit lower. I'm going to end up back to where he was. Is that an ABC? Is it? Yeah, you could probably talk yourself into it. I got to take that off. Those things bug me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not a great looking diag, but there it is. A, B, looks like you're going to do it there. Okay, so after me telling you not to look at the 15-minute, here I am. Because sometimes when you're breaking a countdown, you have no choice but to get there. To try and put some structure around this. Well, I'd look at both, right? Let's see how we look here. Because this is such a wacky launch. Up, down, up, right? Again, a lot of crypto's done that. Looks like you got a decent candidate here for a 3. Let's go up 1. A, B, if we come in down here on Binance, so let's put them right where you can, always get a Binance. This is going to be a waste, right? So let's look here. Where's the PLC? Okay, we're a little bit below it. Edge of value. So if we come down, right, where's the opportunity, right? At the edge of value, because right now we're sitting where everybody agrees this is fair price. Okay, right, no problems here. What do I got here? Right, so I'm fat and happy here. Everybody's fat and happy here, right? We can do business here. Everybody agrees this is value. No, this is, for whatever reason here, we had a lot of volume here. So if I were to come down a little further, oh, now I'm on the edge of value. Whoa, maybe I get a slight edge here, right? Maybe we get a bounce here, because if it's going to stay consistent with this count, where are we, right? Where's the golden zone relative to the edge of value? Do I know that's going to happen? Of course not. There's no knowing ever. Ever. It's not the best count I've ever seen. Well, I don't mean the work. I just mean the setup. This is just so much chop. So then you got to pull back and say, okay, where are we? Where are we in this count, right? Let's come all the way back here. Now we're in log scale. Let's take it out of log scale. Do I really even want to do a 1-2 there? No, I don't actually. So I wouldn't do it that way. Oh, it doesn't really matter here. because this is just all the, all of crypto did this, right? So we get all this accumulation. Now, you got another one in here. Let's get you, see that one. These are just, it will help you, Griff, if you make these, start with small, right? And end up, I try and get everything done by minuet, right? If I'm going above that, I've got lots of legs. Okay, right, so it will just clean up your chart. It'll make it easier to read, and it won't look like, it's just a cleaner way to do it. Trust me on that, right? It'll serve you well over time. So this is way too big. All right, 1, 2, get that color down. Okay, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's good. I'd take that to sub-minuet, right? And we can do minuet here. And then we can take this one up, right? So now we're in sync. Okay. We're staying with the Paisley. Okay, this doesn't matter. Well, it matters in the context. Okay, this is a shitload of accumulation, right? This is build, explode, right? You've heard me say it every week, right? Because I never miss an opportunity to remind you guys from that contraction, expansion. I might pull this. There you go. Okay, so popped over one side. I'm going to redraw that. We got channels within channels. This is nice. 1, 2. Let's get that. 1, 2. That's too big. 1, 2, 3. ABC. Good. Good. Again, too big. You don't need it that big. I just habit. I always use corrections as yellow, so they stand out. Okay, this is now we're starting to put something together here. This looks quite good, right? So maybe it's just my old brain needs to see it a certain way, but okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Very, very bullish. Yeah, we can go with that. Here's your 4 or 5, right? So what did they do at the low, right? So the fingerprints of algos and whales start to show up. Okay, what happened up here? Well, we can see up here, right? This is classic. Oh God, oh, don't fall. Right? In hindsight, right? You'd always see, oh God, right? But if you're long, you're thinking, oh, it's the 4, right? We're holding here, and then we're going to kick again. But when you see that many attempts to push, right, to find buyers, right? Remember, everything is an auction. Hey, anybody interested up here? Hey, I got some AAVE up here at 400. Any buyers? Any buyers? Oh, maybe here? No, no. Oh, maybe we'll get some buyers down here. It's just a big auction, right? That's all it ever is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, okay, now the 4 to the, you see a little bit of an issue here? That makes me want to recount this. Okay, so, hopefully this is a value. Sometimes I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, these guys are tired of this. This is the sausage making, right? So this is, you have to look at it and go, okay, well, the problem there would have been this 2 to that 4. Now, when I say that, it's not like we've never had that kind of imbalance in an Elliott count. It's just that's what you wouldn't choose, right? What I want my impulses to be self-contained, right? I've made that example many times, right? We don't ever want to do something like this where we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Right? And it's not like it's never happened. It's just that's not where I want to put money at risk because it's abnormal. I want to trade what's normal. Here's a rip-roaring impulse, goes straight up, all self-contained. And the balance here, and yes, that's sharp, and maybe, oh, fuck it, I'm on a daily. Maybe there's a little A, B, C in there. It probably is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is, come on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, shit. Oh, it's impulsive, right? You wouldn't call it corrective. That's clearly a B, right? That's just classic B. That's not a great finish, but there's an example where you're kind of stuck with it. At least you get some distance here in the 4, and then we get a squirt down for the 5. They sweep the liquidity. Where were the stops? Duh. Okay, right. So that looks good. Now we start to put something together here. So 1, 2. What did we complete here? Likely that's your 3. So how would you come back to that? Let me take that off there for now. Now, if you came back to that and said, okay, I think that might be the 3. What would be the next thing you might, well, let's just measure it. How does it relate to where they usually go? Well, 1, 2, to go to a 261 out of log scale, right? that's a pretty good rip, right? So that gives me more conviction in putting the 3 here. I would do the same thing below, right? It's worthwhile. It takes seconds. It's worthwhile to do it. Okay, how did the internal do? 200%, right? Okay, if it's not going to be 161.8, 175, you can see we stopped there for a little second, right? That's probably part of the internal. Okay, so that starts to look good. How's the 2 to the 4? It's just, it takes so little time to do it. So here's the 4. Al, yep, there he is. Al doesn't care about your LA count. He's just going pivot to pivot, right? So you love how I personalize it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, how are we in the 2 through the 3, right? This is process, right? That's the point of these live streams. Some would say, oh man, I'm looking for trades, but the point is to eventually not need to be on a live stream because you don't need anybody to tell you. That's when I started TradeDevils. That was always my aspiration. Okay, right? We'll get you here, right, to where you can do this yourself. And I know I go fast. I make it look easy. I've been doing this for a very long time, right? And it takes a while to get. It's like learning a language, right? You're not going to be fluid, in the first month. ABC, that's a good finish. Okay, let's get into the launch up here. 1, 2, that's solid. Okay, now I don't need to keep this here because I'm pretty sure I've got my 4, right? I'm trading off of the idea the 4 is in. So, okay, well now where am I going? I'm going up, 4 is in. Oh, now just you might look at this and go, well, why do you do that? Well, just good chart craft. 1, 2. How's the 2, right? I think we may have already done this. Looks like it's in the pocket. Whoops, that's golden zone going down. Good impulse into the 2. Now, here's where it got crazy. Oh, we're off to such a good start. We've got everything dialed in here. I've got this nice looking pivot down here. I can understand what happened here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming up for the 5, ABC, and then Crazy Town. What? So what I've labeled here is a bit of a wag, right? It's a wild ass guess. I don't know what we've got there. Okay, based on what I've got here, okay, maybe. Bring that down here. I got to be consistent if I'm going to tell him. ABC, maybe. ABC, okay. Can't say I love it. Okay, now let's look at that and just add the buying profile, which this is just an easy way to do it. So right in the pocket, right in the middle of value. What's your edge? Well, again, a POC is not a great place to be entering because you don't know what's coming out of that. But I do have higher, high, higher, low, higher, higher. So I've got a little bit of a trend going. But having gone through all of that, hopefully that's helpful to those watching and to Griff in applying the methodology, right? Now, there's a little bit of, fast Elliott in there that takes time to get to where you're comfortable with that. But as I sit here right now, it's not unreasonable to think, oh, hey, we come down in here for a 4 because I'm looking for a diag. Oh, shit, now I'm going to be back to his 15-minute. A, B. Oh, come here. Maybe. See, that one's definitely too small. We got to go. Minuscule. Don't be afraid to go minuscule. Okay, ABC into a B. So when I say the POC is not a great place to enter, what I would be looking for here, because we're literally the POC and the golden zone are right in sync, what I'm looking for is a reaction. I don't want to try and pick the turn, right? You don't need to catch the knife, right? You just don't ever need to do it. Even though, I mean, that of all the things that I've had to develop as a trader, I have an innate, I want to do that. I have to remind myself not to do it because I'm trying to pick the turn, right? It's just been a habit, just whatever, it's in my brain that I've had to work on for years to go, okay, why do I need to do that? What am I leaving on the table here? If this is going to bounce here, it's going to bounce. And I'm going to make the assumption that the pivot is in. That's the only way I can take the trade, because if I wait before it's really obvious, are we going in a 5? Well, if we're going to go up here and finish, oh shit. If we're going to finish, yeah, come on. Machine's lagging. If I'm going to go up and finish here, well, I got to have a 5. Even though I've had this wacky, oh, pardon me, I've got to have, because it's a diag, I've got to have an ABC. Oh, come on, machine. Getting a little lag there. ABC, 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 ABC. I need ABC here to finish this. But if it's going to finish, because it's a diag, it can't be the 3. right? You see that the power of that. It can't, well, if you're applying Elliott Wave into this kind of price action here and you're going to stick with rules and guidelines, this is not optional. Right? This must be a 3. Now, we could get a zigzag. I could get a 5-3-5, but if it's going to stay with this pattern, I know I'm looking for a zigzag to finish this. Or some kind of a 3 to give me that 5. And then the big benefit from that, if I take this all the way back out, is that it cannot be, if it's going to be a diag, it can't be, we can isolate the waves, right? Where can I have a diag? Well, if we're in a motive wave, I can have it in the 1 and the 5. It can't be the 3, right? So we can eliminate this, right? That it can't be the 3, not an option, right? So the 3 has to go up higher. What can this be? Well, I can be a 1-2 wacky 1, but that's going to be the 1 of the 3. 1, 2, now we can go into an impulse, right? And now it's not, it's again, not optional. It's mandatory, right? So this, because that's a good 1, right? We can label that. Again, I probably don't have to do this, but you can see it. 1, 2, not going to be 3. So only leaves 1, right? So if I've got a 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Each of those need to complete if we're gonna finish this. Super bullish. Super bullish. But I would wait for for this to complete. Show me the 3 in here and show me I got a leading diag, and then I'll take the retrace. Because what I'm not worried about is this. I'm not worried that we're just going to do this. 1, 2. You know, I mean, anything's possible, but that wouldn't keep me awake. Oh God, I hope I don't miss that launch in AAVE. Probably not, right? All we get is probabilities. Okay, good one, Griff. Thanks for that. Gave me a lot of content to work with there. Your levers are getting better every week. Absolutely, right? I just start small and work up to the big ones, right? Or if you start with minuet and, you know, take them down unless you need to add another, right? If you're going beyond minuet, you got a lot of waves. All right, it'll just clean your charts up a little bit. Okay, Ben B. Oh man, he's been on fire lately. Okay, let me get Ben B. Copy link. Okay, I don't want to add charts because my machine's lagging. Sorry, hang on. Okay. Ben B. Ben B is a stock trader. I'm pretty sure he's mostly equities. That's usually what he posts here. Gave me a couple of good ones. ADM. Okay, interesting. What I got? I got a daily. Oh, I'm going to do this just so it's easier for me. Okay, I got it. That's not enough, right? So here we are. I can't get. I need more, right? So I'm going to go to let's go to a 3-day. Ooh, all right. So he's done the work, right? He's obviously worked this through from all the way. God damn, he's gone all the way back to 1970. That's right. But you see, he's not lazy. He's willing to put the time in. It's like, oh fuck, who cares what was happening in 1970? It's building conviction along the way. Okay, I can see. Well, there's the 5. There's the 3. Okay, that's not going to be the 3. So 1, 2. Oh, where's the 3? Right. So it'd been very easy right there to think, well, obviously that's the 3. But it keeps going. So that's an internal 3, 4. Right. It keeps going. Likely the 5 ending diag. That's just a sharp, looks like a sharp double. Right, good. This is good, really good work, right? He's gotten better. He's been with us for a while, right? His work's gotten very good. So this is what's no, that's the Great Recession, COVID. Okay, so another ending for the final 5th, right? So that's the question he's raising. 1, 2. Oh, looks like it's a combo, right? So we can work backwards, right? Because it ends in a 3, so we have to, right, at 3, 3, 3. So we get a WXY. Okay, coming out of the chute here, let's go back to his daily. Now, okay, I know where I am. It's a much higher degree. I would take that up. Much higher degree here. 1, 2. Well, you got to use it. You can't just go, oh, fuck yeah, that's annoying. You got to account for it, which he's done, right? Because he's knows what he's doing, right? So, okay, 1, A, B, C. Okay, I can live with that. Looks like it's technical. And again, how technical is ADM trading? I mean, that's to the tick. You got third target on that. Good sign, right? Okay, all right. Al's in here, obviously. Al's always there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd measure, right? Again, I'm just going through this fast. Just, oh, come on, machine. Come on. Hang on. This thing's lagging on me. Come on. There we go. Note, I am in log scale, right? So all of this measuring. Not quite. Now, I'd be curious to take it out of log scale. So first, do I need to be in log scale? Well, I'd hear in this range here from my low at 25 to 50. No, that's twice the range. Well, by the time I get up here, yeah, I need to be in log scale because it's gone too far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kicker in the fifth. WX, well, free fall. So good use there. Let's take that up. Oh, here, let's go to sub. What's that? It's a series of threes, so likely some sort of a diag gets us started. There's an ABC to get it done. Yeah, okay. Does it matter? So there's certain, like, okay, we don't have to get every fucking swing in here, but the broader structure, okay, there's a 5. Now, interesting, he's going with an A here. What is that tied to? Oh, interesting. Okay, so he's, well, here's where I might do that. Oh, you've got it. Oh, why do I not have that? Oh, it's you don't have it on there. I see it. Okay, so he's going, he's taking this as a candidate for an AB. Jesus, how are we doing? Are you finishing with a diag? Oh, so you'd be finishing with a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. All right, that's interesting. Okay, so let's come back a little bit. Why is he doing that? That'd be your next question. Why? Well, wait, 1, 2, why A? Well, I'm guessing he's got an, let's see. Let's go back to the 3-day here. So let's start measuring, right? Remember, right? It takes just seconds to do. Okay, 1, 2. All right, maybe a 3. Okay, maybe. Right? He's probably got an alternate count, would be my guess, because he knows what he's doing. Okay, where's the highest probability location for a wave 3? Right where we go. So I wouldn't take the 3 off the table, except look what happens. No more impulse. Right, so this is, I'm taking you through what I'm sure was his process. Oh, 1, 2, 3, right? If you're here, you're thinking, oh, hell yeah, I got my 3. Nope. Right, so I can literally see his process here as we go through this. I don't need that anymore. Okay. Right, 1, 2, 3, no. Shit. So this now, I understand why that's up there. 1, 2, 5, 3, 5. Can we get a zigzag? Well, it's no less bullish unless we take out, unless this breaks, right? Come here. Right, we've got this pocket here. If this breaks, oh, game changer. The ABC for a 3 is, okay, right now we're in an ABC here. ABC, ABC. Or yeah, fuck, it doesn't matter, right? 3, 3, 5. Doesn't work. Again, these are decision forks that lead your analysis. Okay, it cannot be the 3. Right, with that. So what does that leave? Oh, it leaves diag, which means I got to backtrack because it would have been very easy to be thinking here, oh, okay, it's kind of a funky A. Oh, with 3, 4, right? Again, it breaks down, right? So there is no 1, 2, it doesn't fly. So let's get this back to what he gave me. I think he gave it to me in log. 1, 2, A, B. All right, are we technical? Right, next question, right? You got to ask it, right? Is Al involved here? Well, looks like he might be. So it makes me think the other side's working against it. Which they are. All right, easiest thing to forget. Always an algo on the other side. Looks like there was a series here. I'd probably pull it from the high. Literally splits it. I can't make this shit up, guys. So we go golden. Do you see how precise they are? No possible way that's people. No, we human beings are not that precise. That's come on. No, that's only software is that precise. Okay, so A, B, C. Okay, we got a little battle here. We got a little fib fight, right? You got one down here. You got a target down here, right? If it comes back, right, they'll take the stop, right? They won't say, well, let's just grab it. That's not how it works. They'll stay short until we get on the other side of that, right? Until we get a close on the other side of the 65. So we can see what's happening. Why is this struggling here? What else do we have here? Oh, we're on. Right, always a good idea where you can, right, get some volume profile in there. Okay, where's the high volume? Where are the ledges? WX. I'd have a backup that you might have a triple here. WXY. XZ possibly. So it's why would I say that? And I know Ben B would have thought this, right? Look at the 1, 2, ooh, 3. Oh wow, that's way out of whack. Right? Yet not that it doesn't happen. It's just that's not what you're looking for. I'm not saying that's not right. I'm just saying, oh, that gives me a little pause here. That's why I look at this and think, oh, possibly A, B, we something finished here. You'd have to dig out because this looks like a 5 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 sideways 5. Let's move that out of there. This one we know is there. I can see why he's there, right? It's not a great, right? This is not a good finish here. Let's see if we go down to a 3 hour. If we can we finish that? Oh, that's why, because you have a that would have been an earnings gap, something, right? With some gap. What was that? 24, something. That's a pretty gnarly gap. But you could 1, 2. You can see maybe you might be able to finish it there, but that. Look at when you look at it here, it's really severe, right? The 2 to the 4. Whoa, that's a lot. It looks like you might be done down here, which is he's noting for your B. So this would be the Y. It's a candidate. I know he likely struggled the same idea, but we get a good finish here. Good finish, right? So that would give me a little bit more conviction. Okay, into the low. We're on a ledge here, right? They don't want it to fall here, right? Because there'll be no support. So at the ledge. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, he went tiny here. I'm going to take that up just a bit. He's in minuet. Let's go to... It's a good thought, right? Here's supply. You can see it. POC. There's going to be some resistance here. 2 thoughts, right? One would be, okay, do I need to jump into this? Am I in a hurry? What's the hurry? Well, if you're feeling hurry, right, you might we can take hurry and replace it with FOMO. Why? We're at 50. Targets would be, just the other end of the value area here on a 4 hour would be 75. Am I worried that it's going to go in just a straight shot, that we're going to do this? No. For me, it's just me. He might approach it differently. I would wait for the first one to complete. Show me the 5. I'll take the next 2. But definitely on your radar. I'd finish it out here. Oh, kind of do this, right? Maybe double that. Where's break of structure, right? You're going to have to get way up here to get a break of structure. Right, so a long way to climb. Because that's the pivot that broke the low, right? So that's your break of structure. Now we can have change of character and inducement, all that shit in here. But to confirm, oh, you're going to need this. You're going to need, come here. We're going to have to come up. Boom, trend change. Reload. That's why, okay, if this, right, so if you think, if we've got to go that far to break structure, okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Structure broken. I'll pull it over, get the idea. Where's the ripe trade waiting? Ledge. There's your roadmap, right? Break the structure. What happens? What do we anticipate? What do we know? What do we anticipate after a break of structure? Retrace, conveniently. We're retracement traders, right? What do new Elliott traders typically do? They think that they buy into the A low, right? And they think, oh, it's going, and then the B is the sucker rally, right? That's Elliott would tell you, if were he alive, would tell you the same thing, right? The B is the sucker rally, right? Oh, wait, it went back. Oh, fuck, that's definitely going, right? Expanded B, right? Wait for the 3. And if it doesn't happen, okay, so what? Next trade. Oh, I did. Well, that's weird. Maybe there's a little tiny 3 in there. Maybe some little, right? But it didn't get down to where you were waiting for it, and you got left waiting. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, all right, 1, 2, 3. I'll take the 4 into the 5. Don't let any trade, wreck your day. If you let it wreck your day, it means you had too much leverage on, too much size. Right? Every trade should be just a jab. Let me rephrase that. Every stop should be a jab. You take an uppercut to the jaw, you did it to yourself. Too much risk, too much size. Right? Common when you're learning, right? Oh shit, I love that trade. So fuck, let's go for this one. You get away with it, you'll do it again. Eventually, the market will teach you the lesson. Right? It just always does. Great stuff, Ben B. Great. Okay, I got more from Ben. Right? He said, "Hey, I know you might need a few more. So here, let me give you this." So glad these guys are cool. They help us out all the time. Great member, been with us for a long time. Okay, what do we got here? Oh shit, I've seen this before. I struggled with it then. Bunge, I don't even know what it does. Or why it exists, but that would be easy to find out. I don't know if any of you guys have played with the new ChatGPT. We have that for the indicator business. Fucking blow your mind what you can do with it. Oh, okay. So, for example, tell me what about Bunge Limited, right? It's the first thing I would do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does the market move in 5s and 3s? Yes, it does. Thank you, Ralph, Nelson, Elliott. Okay, so let's get, oh shit, well now I need more than that, right? I can't see it. I got to go out. Let's go to a 3-day. Oh, there we go. 5, 3. Now that's people look at that and go, oh, come on, man, that's not a 3. Well, it's complex 3. 3, 3, 3. It's a series of 3s. 1, 2. Now, obviously, we're in log scale. Do we need to be in log scale? 30 to 130. Yes, we do. But I always want to look at it in both, right? To make sure I'm not the compression right above and the expansion below isn't distorting the what I'm seeing in the price action, and it will. So if there's a retrace, right? It's like longer is longer, right? Oh shit, is the 3rd longest? Well, check it in arithmetic before you say no in log scale. Longer is longer, as she said. Okay, WXY. I get a rip-roaring 1. Junk. Typical B. So what we really have here is this. It's sloppy, but that's what it is. How did he do it? Oh, he did it through a WXY, right? So well done. Let's go back to the daily. ABC, ABC, AB. Look at the nice finish, right? So, God, this looks exactly like the other one, right? So, 1, 2. Oh, right, give me that 1. Where's the break of structure, right? It's the same. Damn, it's the same as the last one. We need a break of structure right there to confirm the low is in. Now, we can get a change of character. What? Here's the inducement is already, so the low is in, right? Here's the inducement, right, that drove it down. So you've got, or it's often called change in state of delivery, right, amongst the ICT traders, right? That's what they'll call it. We can call it inducement, right? So it confirms the low. God damn it. Come on, machine. There we go. Okay, so we know we have a good low here. Whew, straight up. Big imbalance in there. Massive being refilled, right? So now that's played, right? So now, okay, that's the risk reward there is sexy, right? Look how you can trade this right now. Top and the low. Minimum target, right? Let's get to that break. Right, if we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get the next one. Now, I'd be careful here, right? So 1, 2, 3, that could roll over. You could have another leg down here, right? So don't let again, that's why you wouldn't do this. Only very new, inexperienced traders would do that. Oh, I loved it. I loved that Bunge trade. Oh, so I'm going to give it more room. No, take the small loser, take the jab, don't take the uppercut to the jaw, which is what that would be. There's no reason to do it. If it sweeps this low, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, we're going down for a 5. Low's not in. Reload at the golden. And you only took a jab here. Don't be a cowboy. Right? Oh, fuck, yeah, let's go for it. Right? Wait, be selective. You know, they say, wait for your pitch. Let it set up to just the way you like it, right? Oh, I like that one too, right? Do I have a good 3 there? Oh, come on, machine. There we go. Not really. So why? So you have 2 choices here. Ah, fuck it. Let's just go for it. That to me, that looks like a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's... Right, that's not why. Because if you do that, what you're basically saying is, oh, I know that Elliott stuff, right? Yeah, but fuck it, I want to buy it. So now you've just abandoned rules, guidelines, the structure of your trading approach. You've just abandoned. Assuming you're following what we're teaching, you've abandoned it. Now you're winging it. Now you're trading just off emotion. Well, fuck, I thought it was going higher. I liked what I saw in there, and I don't know, there was some media, right? There was some earnings report, something, right? I liked what I saw, so fuck it that it's a 5. I don't care. You are literally just winging it if you're doing that. Bad idea, right? I can advise. I can't do it for you. Bad idea. Wait. If this is a 5, couldn't we do this? And now I've got conviction. I know where my stop is. Now, not a tick below, right? You give it a little cushion because every pivot is a target, right? So you don't want to be a tick behind it, right? You'll get wicked, right? As ICT says, well, wicks do the damage, right? I give them credit when it's due. Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. Which is why often, right, a good thing to do is go to the clotheslines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5. I'm not buying that. There was a time, right, in my 30 years of doing this where I would have said, fuck it, let's go for it. Right? Lose enough money over time, right? You stop doing that. Sent to. Oh, yeah, crypto paralysis. He's just giving me a note that he sent to. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, I think that's a hurry up and wait. You can see the potential, right? You can see how this could turn into 1, 2, big 3. Well, you probably have to do it like this for the 4 and then go down for the 5. So why take the 5? Right. All right. Thanks, Ben B. Those were excellent. Great stuff to add. Did I get all of his? I think I did. Okay, so that brings me to Steel Swarm. I'm not home today. Uh-oh. But I'm always open to some. All right, I'll look at it. So he wants ADA USDT since I've only got one more. And then Dr. Alban, I'm glad you posted because that's a good example of account getting blown up. He's got Dogwifhat, right? And that account got completely blown. It looked good last week. I'm glad you posted that because that's a good lesson. Okay, so let me get Steel Swarm wants ADA. Let's see if I can get it here. USDT. Oh, where should we go here? Well, let's go over to Kraken. I keep an account there. I actually trade it often, but I run my crypto bots on Kraken. Okay, so hang on. Let's go out to a daily, see how we look here. Okay, wow. All right. I'm sure I have this somewhere. But that's all right. Let's just go through the process here. So out of log scale, right? I always want to start out of log scale. All right, so this is pretty clear out of the chute. 1, 2. What does that look like? All right, again, we're not digging in there, but let's get down here. So I always just force a habit, right? I always want the lowest low to be wicked off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, you get your 5th grader. You can get them to help you there. I say that in jest, right? But you know, the reason I use that analogy is because if you taught a kid, okay, 5s and 3s, show me the 5s and 3s. We overcomplicate it. They'd go, oh, there's the 5. Now, how about the 3? 3 gets a little trickier here, but what do I see down here? And this is all of crypto did this, waiting for the results of the election, right? October, November. Again, this is another, I guess we'll call him a crypto bro. I don't know how many hundreds of tens of millions, I don't know, I saw him on 60 Minutes, he spent to get Trump elected, right? And it's paid pretty well. What was it? Musk spent 270 million and has already made over 200 billion. Pretty good investment. Now he's got an office in the White House and probably going to buy TikTok. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to get the politics out. 1, A, B. You know, you just got sloppy. There is no count in there. It's compression, expansion. Let's go to a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's certainly not corrective, right? So we could probably agree something like this. That's not perfect, Elliott coming down, right? But Elliott's not perfect. Don't expect it to be, right? That's another mistake people make, right? It's not perfect. It didn't go down to the 1 minute and break into a 5 and a 3. It's not perfect. You could probably build a case for that to come off of that low as a 2. Okay, all right, so right off the bat, I'm assuming you guys would see, okay, some of the challenges here, right? If you're applying Elliott Wave, okay, what have I got here? Well, it's likely not an impulse. That actually looks like an impulse. So just right off the bat, I can see you're likely going to have to do something like this because I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So well, immediately, okay, can I resolve that? Yeah, I can. Let's get, it's got to be a B or an X, right? So it's probably a 5 there. But do I have a lot of certainty in that? Not really. Because look what it would be, right? It's just to make this point again. Right, look. No. It's not. I want it to be. I've got plenty of this, but it's not. So what do we got here? So one thing that you often, you see something like this, start digging in and going, okay, where can I see the 5s and the 3s? Okay, it's likely a 5 here, likely impulsive. Oh shit, I'm already on a 1. Here's what I don't want to do, right? And this is, again, it's just me. I don't want to do this 2 and make this 3, 4, 5. So if I'm gonna have an impulse, I want it all right here. I want that impulse to be self-contained within a channel, right? That's kind of the key to how you spot an impulse. 1, 2. So what here? Closes. Not really an assist. Just off the top of my head, right? 1, 2, but not 3, right? I'm going to put this up here. Well, let's take you up to minuet. Okay, because maybe, right? We can look here. Fuck, probably WXY. Get you there. Let's get you in something else, right? We're going to the green, right? I got an impulse, but I don't like it, and I can't complete the impulse, obviously, right? I can't. Right? We already overlapped the 1, so this has to be 1, 2. So my thought would be, okay, it's just another 1, so I'm going to take this, right? Again, it's trying to take you through the sausage making. 1, 2. Again, it's not 3. Ah, come here. Oh, let's go to micro here. Hang on. Okay, right, so 1, 2. Okay, right, so footprints of whales, right, there they are. 1, 2, right, it's deep, right, so we probably blew the golden, but we may have golden on the other side. It looks like that might be, you might have a 50 there. Yeah, you do, but they don't get target, right? So there's a great example of Al getting stopped out. Right, into the pocket, into a 3, don't make it, right, and that's not a front run, so they get stopped out here. But don't worry, right, they'll just take the next one. Where's the next one? Do we have it here? Nope, they're getting stopped out on both sides. They won't, don't feel bad for them. They'll stay with it until they get on the right side. Eventually they will. They'll get stopped out on either, you might have one here, right? You got to look for them, right? They're going to be there. Looks like they got it there. Might have gotten it here, actually. So into the pocket. Either one, right? So they're involved. What do I have here? Oh, fuck. That's a 3. All right, so all right. So now this is kind of where we started today. There's a whole lot of this in the last week or two. Hang on, guys. I gotta close my door. Sorry, back. Okay, what do we have here? Hold. Know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. If I can be cliche. I don't know where we are. I don't know what's going on. Why are we not launching? Right? Why is he not getting? Maybe it's too soon, right, for this to really have launched. See, if I come out at a little distance, it starts to make a little bit more sense, but I don't. Okay, maybe that's 1, 2. Let's put it in log scale. Okay, maybe, but this best case, it's the 1 of the 3, right? That's our best case here. Good candidate for a 2, but gun to my head, right? I'm going to do something like this. Maybe. Okay, what can I use to help here? Because as I look at that, it just looks to me like we're just kind of going sideways. We're just, here, if this is trendless, right? Or you could think of it like a volume profile. Oh, let's use this. Look, from what I just drew to what you see there with the volume profile, right? I mean, you can. I knew that was likely what we're going to see here. Where's the POC? So we're just in value, right? This is no edge here. And where could I get an edge, right? If I'm down on a ledge. Look how quickly this snaps back. Well, where does it snap back, right? Why put money at risk here? If you're not already in it, right? This kind of goes without saying. Oh, Jesus, how did I get that big? I think I meant to do that. Okay, maybe. That's a hold. All right, so if we're going to go for a 3, it has to be an impulse, not optional. So 1, 2, 3, it's coming. If this is going to play as a 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll wait. Maybe. This one, right? Not optional. Cannot be a diag, right? It has to be an impulse. So I'm not worried about missing it because it's going to subdivide into threes, or excuse me, into a 5. So 1, 2, okay, maybe. That's about all I got there, right? I'm just, you have no edge, right? You're just sitting in the middle. Stuck in the middle. Stuck in the mud. Not a reason to sell it, not a reason to buy it. It's a reason to hold. Let me keep going. Oh, Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin's not much better. Oh, where's the Bitcoin count? Oh, shit, I'm not sure. I've got 1 or 2 of them up here. Oh, come on, machine. Nope, that's not one. Oh, that's Bitcoin D. That's what that is. Okay, so here, I think this is kind of similar, right? The strategy here. And I talked to my guys this morning to see if they had a count they liked. Wow. The same idea. Okay, we're on the edge of value here, so we're bullish, but we've swept the lows, swept the high. I'm surprised it didn't tag that, right? So that's liquidity, right? We did not, that's not, by the way, a break of structure, right? Because we didn't get a close above, right? This is just, oh, remember we're auctioning. Hey, 110, we got any buyers? 110. No, 108. What? How about 100? Elliott count. Who fucking knows, right? I don't have any idea what's going on here. So, as my guy said, well, okay, we swept the lows, we swept the highs. Where I don't want to trade at POC, right? I don't want to enter here, but a little retrace here would be great. I have no idea. I can't count that. I mean, I've been down to a 15-minute. There's no count here that works. 1, 2 is what you'd think. Diag 1, maybe. We overlap, right? So you're stuck with a diag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that might fly. All right. The 3 would have to be. The 3 would have to be over here, so you can go A, B, C into the 5s. It's another 3. So okay, it's a diag. What is this? We can't just ignore it. We got to account for it. I can't account for it at the moment. I don't know what we're doing here. Maybe, right? We got to start on something. Where could there be a trade, right? If you're just jonesing for a trade, would you trade that? I wouldn't. What is it? It's a rollover. No structure to it. I don't know what it is. So I'll wait. Was that everything he wanted? Yeah, okay. How am I doing on time? How am I doing here? 1. Oh, I'm good. God, I'm early. Eventually, we'll find a way to work this. But I don't know what it is, right? So, you know, no need to plow in here. If you do it, what are you doing? Like, oh, fuck, man, we're crypto-friendly administration. Trump's going to do a Bitcoin reserve and all the shit, the hype. And, I don't believe everything that comes out of his mouth. But it's okay, maybe we're doing that. Great. Why is the market doing this then? Makes you wonder. Okay, I might have time for some requests, right? So if anybody has something they really like to see, because I think Dr. Alban is our last one here. Let's see what he's thinking, because I have it somewhere as well, I think. Oh. Okay, let's see what he's got. Definitely, the account we had last week got blown out, as does happen. I'm going to send you down. And I'm going to just do this for my sake. Ooh, okay. Oh, what happened there? Let me reset this. Okay, so good thinking here. One, two, three, four, five, pretty solid. Another big one. All right, so 1. Working on a 2, very reasonable. What are we doing here? Are you going that direction? Where does this start from? Yeah, that's what he's doing. Okay, so he's doing He's pulling it from here to here and projecting down, right? We're just not seeing the connecting lines. Okay, so we're coming down here for 100%. That's a very reasonable target. What else is right there, right? We can see the sweep liquidity target. Well, look, surprisingly, they didn't get that. I'm right on there. They didn't. Went right to it. Surprising. Oof. That's an ugly one. No, I don't remember how we approached this last week. So it has to be, just as a result of this, right? We can't call that a 3. That's just a waterfall, right? So we have to finish here and then head this direction. So it looks like you can do this as W, X, Y, A, B, C. One, pick your poison there. It's got to be a diag, right? So you'd have to do A, B, C to get that B. I'm going to pull that off for a second. Looks so much like the others, right? Let's take it out. What are we on here? Binance? Shit. Well, now you can make a case, right? So this is the advantage of coming out of log scale. Again, this is just force a habit, right? Okay, so I've got, what do I got here? I got a giant box. About it. Any reason to take a trade there? Well, you could probably talk yourself into, okay, well, here's if I get right to that edge here. Here's our launch zone coming all the way back, right? Crypto's prone to doing that. Certainly the alts are. Out of log. Is Al here? Probably. It's not going to be in the golden zone every time. That's in the pocket. So A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it's trying to finish. Oh, let's see if we can go back here and see the count. This is where we left it last week. Not too far. I think this is his chart. I just saved it. 1. I think last week we thought maybe we had a pivot down here. We were going, yeah, that's right. We looked at this last week. The idea was we had a 1, 2, right? Well, here's where that blows up because we can't overlap that. What is that? Yeah, we did have a decent count here. I'm sure that's me drawing that. So we had a good low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a shame, right? So because it's a great looking setup, but we don't get it, right? It's, market's going to do what it's going to do. It's not obligated to do anything ever. All right, that's a tricky one. Oh fuck! How are we going to get out of that? We're going to need a C. We're not turning that into a 3. That's a 5 all day. So what is this? Again, it's another hurry up and wait. It doesn't quite make sense, right? Based on the good finish potential we had here. It's not going to be another 4. It wasn't a 1. So we're stuck with, right now, what's all that's left is, okay, candidate for an A. I mean, the alternate would be, oh, this is 1 and this is 2, but the only way that could fly, right? That would be very bearish, right? So if we're coming here and this is going to be, we're going to get a 2 over here because you'd have to get there through an ABC. You'd have to get through an A, a B, and a C, and then maybe you have a 2, but then that implies much lower prices. So this is a hurry up and wait. Let me come back to what he has, right? Which I think is the same idea. Well, this is what we were just looking at right here, right? So we've already blown that up. One thing I would not do, well, I shouldn't say that, right? It's up to the individual, but if we come down into these lower zones here, you could start loading here on the idea, right? You better be a believer in the long-term viability of Dogwifhat. Fuck, I can't even remember if it's a meme coin or not. If it's a meme coin, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it just because it's down here. If it doesn't have any utility, I swear there's so many of them, I lose track. If it has utility, okay, maybe you can make a case for that. If there's no if it's just a meme coin, what? and certainly the price action looks like it might be. Remember, a meme coin has no utility at all. Its only existence is for people to make money. There is no. It's not going to be. Oh, we're building the next Web3 on Dogwifhat. I think they're a meme coin. It's just. It's so. They're so. It's just emotion is what it is. A meme coin is an emotionally traded asset. If you can barely call it an asset. It's just for people to trade. And they usually don't end well. WIF is he's on his last hope. Okay, so again, Dr. Alban, no, okay, let it come down here, and if it's going to bounce, you'll know. But I wouldn't try and pick the turn down here. Let it get some legs, right? If it's going to go $5, you're down here under a penny, right? Well, you're worried about, oh shit, I didn't get it at 50. I bought it at 60. Shit, now I got to look it up. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember if it's a meme coin or not. But if it is, and forgive me for not knowing, I wouldn't touch it until I got clear evidence, right, that we've gone impulsive off the low, or at least a good 5, a good diag. Otherwise, you're just, why not go to something where there's actual utility that might survive the next 5 years? Just a suggestion, Dr. Alban, but again, I could be wrong. I can't remember what they do. Okay, I'm gonna open it here. Let me get you guys over here so I can see you. Come over here. Hey, TradeDevils, some love from Sweden. Okay, thanks. Well, here I've got how much time do you have? About 20 minutes. If anybody wants an asset they're particularly interested in, I'd be happy to look at that. Otherwise, I'll wrap it here. But if you've got something, just post it in the chat because I can see it now. And I'll give you a minute or two. If nobody has, I know we've got a lag here. But if nobody has something they're particularly interested in, we'll wrap this early. God, I've been going 3 hours lately, so be fine with me if we wrapped early. Anybody? We'll give you a minute or so. Anybody got something they'd like me to have a look at? Anybody here? Orange Mango for crypto. Good morning. Hopefully we have an ES. Oh, an ES count. Somebody looking for an ES count. Good. I've got it on my other machine. Tesla and Mara. Okay. Well, we can do that. Do I have Tesla up here? Oh, well, we just go to it. Stocks here. Tesla. Okay, well, if you're trading Tesla, you got to pay attention to the options. A lot of good services to give you that information. That's deeper than we can get into here, but that's what moves the equities. Okay, so here's a good example, right? Can we look at this out of log scale? Probably not. All right, so we have to go there, but I don't want to lose that visual perspective here. I don't want to lose it. That looks all right. It's not when you look at it here, well, that's clearly a 3. Oh, truncation. Oh, here's COVID, right? We can probably work off of this as a 1, 2. All right, so if we start coming back, geez, I've done this, but let's see if we can do this quickly. Here, I'll end up being late because I stayed here for too long. You can see the 4s. All right, so let's from that now. Granted, it's log scale. Come here. All right, so am I sure about that 3? Well, looking where we went here, and again, that's log scale. It makes me think, oh, do I want to do this? I'm not sure. I'm just kind of look at that going, well, there's the highest probability location for wave 3. Certainly would make sense. We have a new all-time high this week. Well, then I'd want to check. Actually, are we getting? This is so sharp, right? This is just, well, it's COVID. I'd want to check though. Fear and greed, right? That's what Elliott Wave is about. Fear, greed, fear. This is a little annoying. What are we going to do with that? Well, we've got an algo target up here, right? So we know this algo is going to stay long until it gets there. Do we have a triangle in here? That's quite a A wave. I don't love it, but that's kind of the process. Often when it's not just drop dead clear as a bell, there's a little bit of, okay, well, let's see what we might have here. Right now the E, right, very often will underthrow. Well, considering the let me not say it. Considering where he's positioned, and most of it, I don't know, many of you know this, most of the wealth in Tesla came from government contracts, right? Same with Star, right? You know, he talks out of both sides of his mouth and his ass. Okay, so we've got, but he is, you know, can't argue with his success. We've got earnings tomorrow. Fuck, is that tomorrow? What's the date here? 29th. So we got another week to go there. That seems to be a reasonable. I don't love the finish here, but I like it better than truncating here and going some sort of WXY. That looks better because like here's a 3. That's a little skinny. So we're heading for the 5. Okay, so let's see if we can get that 5 a little bit better. Even that's a little iffy. But this looks like a good, if we're going to go with it. Looks 4-ish, but it's awfully abrupt. That's got to hold, right? So if we go down to a 2, right, you can see the potential for the WXY for that to roll over, right? So if this is going to go, right, you didn't get, so that already makes me think that's what we got. This is likely to be WXY. That's just a hunch, right? I don't know that because this is not. Why do I say that? That's not an impulse. If this is 1, 2, maybe I can squeeze. Let's leave that possibility. Maybe I've got an impulse here. I mean a diag. It's leading, right? I mean it's contracting, so I'd rather have an expanding. Oh, come here. Change the colors so we don't get lost. Okay, it's not the end of the world, right? It's not the worst count I've ever seen, right? So it's not bad. So how would we have to label that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too deep for Al, but it looks like there's an order block there that they tapped. If I get right on it. Makes sense. So we could get this another 1, 2, right? I wouldn't buy it here, right? That's not enough. That's my opinion, right? What I'm trying to show you is the method. Oh, I don't want that. I want to rotate that. Let's use that one. Okay, 1, 2. So where's the next buy in my view, right? And I always trade Tesla with options. I'd come down here, right? If I can get in, if it come down here towards the 400, I guarantee there'll be a lot of GEX there, right? So there'll be option traders will be positioned there. And if I've looked at it, right, it's all of the, not to get into a whole dissertation on options, right? But all of the gamma exposure, right? These the option longs are going to be all up here. So you understand who's buying calls, right? That's retail, institutions as well. Well, market makers have to be on the other side of that. So as the market's going higher, they're underwater. So they buy Tesla to offset their delta exposure. So they buy. Which is why when you get into positive GEX, it doesn't move as fast as when it's selling off, where they're selling. So if we're pushing, I know, right, because I've seen it. There's a bunch of option premium up here above 460, 500 as well, right? You can see some of that. Again, you can go to TradeDevils or Geeks of Finance is a good one that I use. There's lots of places where you can get that information. But for our stuff, 1, 2, okay, candidate for a 1, 2. Actually, I kind of like this count. 1, 2. We come down here, I'll buy those options. I think you probably got a put wall with him as well. Trump's not going to let this fall below that low. I think you're probably safe here. So what I would do is if we come down here, in fact, I'm going to do it right now. I would, oh shit, can I do it? I'm going to do add an alert. If we come into the pocket here, because I'd like to see them sweep that low, because you can kind of count on that. That's too juicy. That you got a candidate here for an ABC, so this would be A, we're working on a B. I don't know that that's in, right? But a big fair value gap now has been filled into that C. So we come down here, sweep the low. Okay, I'd sell out of the money puts. I'd sell a credit spread, a put spread, right? So I'd sell the near term, buy the other one for protection, because I don't think they're going to let it go below this. And then I'd buy the at the money calls, and if it starts to rally, then I'd sell out of the money calls, right, to offset the cost, because any premium you buy with Tesla is going to be expensive. So 1, 2, 1, 2, I like it. Just out of curiosity, right? I want to see, okay, why did we stop here? Okay, too far. So let's go back one. Do I have to say anything? You think they're not working Al in Tesla? Al is always there. So when you're like, oh shit, why did it stop at 440? That's why. Okay, what was the other one? Tesla, Mara. Okay, let's see if I can just split this and get Mara here. Let's see, how am I doing? I've got to end. I got 15 minutes. Okay, so I can do it. I got a thing at 2:30. So Mara Holdings. We've looked at this before. Let's get out to a daily, right? Every time you bring up an equity, right, you got to go to the daily first. You start there. Sometimes, right, you got to go to the weekly. Can I see enough here? I may not be able to. Oh, I'm in log scale. Oh, shit. We've looked at this before. Okay, you see why you have to go, you have to get out here and get all of this information, right? Now, I'm not going to try and count this. All I really care about is what's happened since this low. Now, let's put it in log scale, because obviously we need to be, okay, 1. Why would you not think 1? You would. Kind of in the pocket here. This was all unmitigated, right? So it looks like they got to the edge of it here. Often, right, you'll see a reaction because they know. What's down here is there's unfilled orders here. You've got liquidity in here, which is why often, right, bulls they will bounce, right? For day traders, you see this in the S&P and the NQ all the time, right? They'll bounce right at the pivot. They won't let it get into this. So, okay, what do we got here? That looks like a WXY, right? So we're kind of stuck with. Pardon me. Well, it's not a. So let's just try this on, see if it fits. It looks like that we're finishing with a 3, but that's not a great looking X. We have an X there. It looks like a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't like that already. So you might have to do A, B, C to get into that 4. It does. The reason I'm looking there because they spared the overlap, right? They didn't wick it. Doesn't matter, right? That's the next question. I'm not seeing a lot of good-looking impulses. That's the trade-off here. The launch here kind of sucks. Even if we trade this as a WXY, and the assumption is that it's 1, 2. What am I doing there? Is Al involved here? It looks like they've broken out. Yeah, they have. It looks like he's here, though. Right? He's always going to be there. There he is. Okay, so he's, of course, he's going to be involved. Maybe we can get a diag into that. Let's label it. Just sometimes you're just trying them on for size. Yeah, ABC, ABC. Okay, we can probably live with that. Let's take that down. Come here. Yeah. I don't particularly like that because there's no, well, maybe you can squeeze it in there. That's a force fit. That's a 5. That's a 3. That's not a 5. So this can't be here. This all has to go up here. Let's come back. That looks like an ABC. So here's your problem leg. You might have stumped the band here. Let's go back to the daily. What am I missing here? Triangle? Are we looking at a triangle? What's one thing I've learned over the years? Whenever I'm like, what the fuck? Triangle is often the case, right? So that actually may solve some of the issue here. And we can't triangle the two. So I'm thinking that this is A, B. There's a, my guess would be here where it's more something like we're going to get a triangle here, and we're not done with this correction. Even though this is tempting, right? This is not what you want here. Oh shit! I don't want to spend an hour on that because that'll bug me until I can figure it out. I can't get an impulse in here, so it has to be some sort of WX, and then I'd be looking for lower prices here. So here's what I would do. This has now been fully tapped, right? So everything is mitigated here, so you don't have any edge up here. I'd be looking down here for this to come a little bit lower. I would not buy it there. That's just me right now. I'm not saying don't buy it. Now we got to take that out of log scale. Oh fuck. See, this gives you a little more context, which is why I always want to encourage you to look at it out of log scale as well. Even though it gets really hard to see what's going on there, I don't have. Actually, it looks a little bit better here. But are we trying to make this? Are we trying to relate the two? I don't think so. That's why I think X is more likely. Consolidation. This is no good to us now. But if I zoom in here, I don't need log scale as much. Well, kind of need it there. 4 times the range is pretty much not optional. That's the hold. You know, if I have to struggle that much to find something, I'll wait. So I think Mara, you got to wait on that one. We had one other there. NQ I've got right here. Oh, I don't know if I've updated this count, but yeah, here we go. There's a 3-hour. Let's look at that. All right, so we're not to new highs yet. We've broken Al on the way back, right? You can see the reactions we had here. This is just as tricky. Let's get rid of that. So he's out of the game. We had a target down here. I think we can turn, this is now, we finished here. So this looks like we can convert this now into an impulse. Great. I think we got higher prices there because that's going to be a 1-2. Maybe we have to do it here. Oh, come here. Let's get you in blue. That's fine. Impulse. Skinny. But we go to a 1, probably clean that up. It's not an impulse, right? So some squishy 4 there. Tells, right? We don't overlap, right? It's very close, but we don't overlap. So this turns into an impulse, right? So it looks like it's an extension in the 5th. 1A. It has to be a BC. Right? So your 2 has to be here. I think that's a golden, if I'm not mistaken. There's, oh, Jesus Christ. There's Al right at the POC. A, B, C. So where does that leave us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take you up. Let's take you down. Can't make that shit up. Okay, well, hang on a second. Can we finish it here? I'm inclined to think not, right? It's because it's too shallow, right? So if you finished it here as the 1, I mean, it's not like it doesn't happen. 38 for the 2. So you see what I'm doing there? Here, let's change the color. That's why you want to change the color so you don't get lost here. Why do I not use white? Okay, right. So could I finish here? And this is a shallow 2. We'd lose that golden zone, but the Al doesn't care about your Elliott count. He's just going to go pivot to pivot, right? So that still flies. It would just make for a shallow, but you can understand why. 1, 2, 3. There's the 4, 5. Yeah, so that actually does fly. I think that's a better count. Let's go 1, 2 in the 3, 4 coming. We've already hit. Now let's bring this back. What would we be hitting? Well, there's the 2 to the 4. There's Al. There he is. Right there. Always there. You just got to find him. Okay, so that candidate here, 1, 2, and we're going up for the 3. I wouldn't be shorting it. Not after the earnings we say. I mean, earnings are blowing out, right? So we're going higher for the short term, at least for a while. I just, again, when I started, careful. There is nobody who's bearish. Nobody. Well, maybe not nobody, but the sentiment is overwhelmingly bullish. Let's say it that way. Got an air pocket up here. I'd be watching for that. What is that tied to, right? We didn't this fair value gap, right? Which I think was Fed, as I recall. That was Fed. Well, okay, you can kind of see where we're headed. Where's the break of structure to get us to a new all-time high? Would be right there. What do we anticipate after a break of structure? I always, duh. Right, get up, wick, right, sweep. Look, do you think there's any stops up there? The last line of defense for bears. There's liquidity up there. So 4, 5, right? So the 4 to the 5 is a good looking trade. 4 to the 5. Let this finish. So to actually put that all together, it would be 1. I don't love this 2, but 3, 4, 5, right? So we're going higher. 1. Let's change the color. Oh fuck! What do I not use? There we go. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 coming. Edge of value would be. For all I know, we still got another leg to go here. But looking at that, I'd be looking for anything that goes sideways or just stalls, right? You get that maybe by the end of the week. Completes the 3, back for the 4 into a ledge, either one side or the other of it, and then we complete here. What have we completed? We've completed the 3. Let's go up a degree so it's consistent. Oh, I wouldn't use that. Let's go to green, right? So we'd have 3, 4, 5, all suggesting higher prices. Okay, how am I doing on time? Okay, I got one more. Somebody was nice enough. Ondo. What have I not used here? What do I got here? I think that's a copy. All right, so I can't use that one. Here, I'll do it on Mara. Let's split it. Ondo, and then I'm done. Okay, right, so Mara, it's not there yet. Okay, Ondo. Let's go here, all right, and then let's get all the history. Out of log. It's a 3-day. Well, I'm curious, right? I can't help but want to check it. They break it? Wick, no, right? So still there. Right, it's got to be a close below for them to get out. Right? Those are just wicks. That's just liquidity. Okay, so we can just keep it simple. 1, 2. If I do it this way. Yeah, that's a bummer, right? So that we can't do it that way if we're applying our Elliott, because we've already overlapped the 1, right? So it can't be an impulse, right? But it does certainly look like I got an impulse here. What does that leave? The 1, right? And again, well, let's see if they took it from the absolute low. That looks like it. Remember, the algo is going to go from dominant to dominant, right? If we're looking in here, right, it's usually an algo at a lower time frame. But here's the lowest low before we launch, right? Boom. Always there, always will be until they change it, right? If they're going to change it. Has to be a 1, right? Can't be a 3. That's. I hope Ondo is not a meme coin. Again, I don't. It's hard for me. I have to look often to say meme coin, or is there some purpose for them, some utility? I don't remember, to be perfectly honest. 1, 2. Right, that's all that's left, right? If let's go. Well, I guess we'll go up 1. No, we got to go down 1. Sorry. Put that in white. 1, 2. Well, the 2 into the golden zone, it can't get much better than that. So this is like so many of them. It's the same thing. Waiting. What's the election outcome? Boom. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's uber bullish. Doesn't mean it's realized, but as you're sitting there looking at it, I wouldn't be shorting it. Do we have a good launch here? Well, we got a low. Okay. Let's try a 4 here. See what that. This looks like on the way down. Looks like you got enough to finish it. You don't want the. Well, I don't really want that to be the low, because. Oh, it's a little gnarly coming down. 1, 2, 3. You'd have to do it as a diag, so you don't really want that. So there's a 5 that finishes, right? So this is what you can use this to guide you, right? This is what finishes it here. Clearly the 4. Oh, so sloppy. You might need that 1 too. All right, so there's a 5 that finishes that. And let's do it there. We've come off of that 1, 2, 3, 4. You got that same junk that's going on, right? We got junk in the trunk here. I don't trade that. I'll wait. You would want this to be AB. Oh, fuck. This is a force fit, maybe. You kind of. Actually, let me rephrase that. I think I would do it this way. Oh, I'd have to dig in there. Can I get it there? Maybe not. Well, here's a 5, right? That's what's. I see the 5 there. So you'd have to do this. You'd have to do A, B, C, right? So maybe that's an X here. So this comes down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks better. A, B, shitty B, but it's, you know, lower time frame. There's probably a little pullback there. A, B, C into a W. A, B. You can't just ignore a 5, right? You got to account for them. There's a 5, right? So okay, A, B, C into an X. A, B, right? It makes me think, uh-oh, it doesn't fit. Question marks, right? When in doubt, stay out. You're not going to miss anything. You won't, right? That's not an impulse. Fuck, I don't even know what it is. What do we got here? Just more of that junk that when we started. Like, a lot of crypto has done this. Like, talk about uncertainty. No is my answer there. No, don't trade that. Wait. That's just backwash. You don't know what the hell is coming out of that. Could go either direction. You have no edge. You have no price action here. You can lean into. You don't know where Al is. He's been blown out on both sides. He's blown out here, blown out here, blown out. It's just, well, he might be there. You might have him here. I think that's too high. Yep. Maybe, right? You know, I'd like to see it ping down here so I know where he is. I don't know where he is. Okay, right, so that's one to hold. Okay, guys, I got to wrap it there. I got a thing I got to do. Oh, fuck. Oh man. I'm sorry, man. Hang on to that gold and euro. We'll hit those next week. I've got those counted out, but I got to go to this thing. My wife will kick my ass. Okay, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. Thanks to all the members that posted. Appreciate that. And hope you guys, seeing me go through it again. I try to not, as I say this every week, I don't want this to be about me. It's not about me. It's about the method. All right. Hopefully you can take this and you pick up some things from what I'm doing, because I've been doing this for a long time, and apply it to your own work. If you want to learn this methodology, well, TradeDevils.com. Okay, guys, have a good one. I'll catch you next time. Appreciate you being here. Where's my...